Yep. What's up, y'all? Let me hit this joint. So the lesson for today is today's lesson is about grieving, but not like grieving. It's a metaphor, sometimes we grieve for actual loss, like someone passed away, you gotta grieve. You gotta take that time to be sad and to really feel what you gotta feel. And it's a very similar lesson, but it's about grieving your old your old self. You know what? Let me break it down. What I'm saying is that we have to be in reality, thinking about you and me. 'Cause I know I went through this too. I was just like you, in a situation where I was foreseeing what could be new. And as I was foreseeing the future, I decided to create a self that would deny the present, and that wasn't good. Because I was seeing so much of what I wanted to be and what I wanted the situation to be that I really could not think about what was actually going on. And I know I was warned that that was wrong, but you know what? I just had that situation going on for too long. And then you get to a part where you get hit with the bong inside your head, that person is dead. He's longing for something that is to come. But you standing there looking dumb because the situation that you around is giving you a whole conundrum about, you basically know. It's like you want to have something about a seed that hasn't grown. It hasn't grown to the tree that you want it to be, so you stuck inside of reality, looking at the seed and wondering when it's gonna bleed into the next portion of its life. And you could do that with your son, your wife, your moms, your dad, thinking about what they had. What you wish they had. But they're just a seed that over time is gonna be glad that they got to that arrival. But it takes time. So this is what I'm trying to formulate in this one particular rhyme. So what I'm trying to say is that, there's unfinished business in your way. You gotta take on the actions to basically make what you wanna make happen. Matter of fact, when I had a situation like that for me, let me speak more in reality. I was hoping for a marriage and for a commitment that would be, and I was hoping for money to come, and I was hoping for my life to just be hung on a picture frame where I could look at it and be like, yeah, I won this game. But in the reality, that wasn't what I had. I didn't have the money, I didn't have the marriage and the commitment, and shit was sad. Shit was actually hard. You know what? So I would pray to God that one day I would see this day, but you know what? God was like, work hard on what you really have around you and see what you have. Be grateful, it'll astound you. And then sooner or later, what you want will surround you. You know what I'm saying? So I had to actually put the energy into the things that were happening in the moment and own it. And what was happening in the moment was stuff I definitely didn't like and didn't feel. But that was what my reality was, and that was more than likely what was real. And I had to realize the first thing that I had to do, like when you planting a seed, is to cultivate the things that you really want to come through. And one of those ways is to create boundaries. So the things that you want to grow don't start growing out of whack and they stay on track. So I had to put boundaries around me. Like when you garden in a seed, you put gloves around your hands and you realize that you have to continue to till the land and the soil around you. So you coming from a pure place and you're not, giving the plant insecticides in its face and giving him lotion from off of your hand or whatever products you have on your own body and messing up its own growth in its own body. So the beat just dropped again. I know this is long, but I had to not pretend like I didn't have more specific information without a pen. This is coming from the top of my head, and this is what I'm trying to say, is that you have to look at what's happening today. And today, I'm not feeling good about one sector of my life. Now, there's other areas of my life that were not being dissected with a knife, and not getting the surgery, and not getting the scrutiny, and not getting the accuracy that I knew I was supposed to give them. And I was just living like my life was like sort of a prison, and I was stuck in one area of my life trying to make a decision. But sometimes the decision you have to make is to actually stop being fake and stop acting like there's not other moves you can make. See, I have this whole other life on this side that I could tend. So why stay inside one sector of my life when I realize it's not something I'm not gonna win at right now? It's probably gonna need more time to germinate and grow. So I went to the other areas of my life so I could live like a pro in those areas, And it's not that I'm abandoning the situation, it's that I'm not gonna keep bumping my head on the same thing that I'm facing, the same pattern that's simply not erasing. And it's probably not erasing because I'm caretaking and chasing someone to be someone else, including me. So I had to realize there's a whole different reality and society and community. And you know what? All of this is not new to me, but it's truthfully something that I should realize that I could see is more beautifully part of me. So I had to start, and start doing other things, like worrying about my own business and my staff. Growing that and realizing that I have the math and the sacred geometry and the accurate thinking that's gonna make what I'm doing stop being startup and on the brink when it possibly could be sinking if I don't start adding my thinking and my positivity into those areas. You know what? So I stopped being scared of the situation and just took courage in my life and stopped focusing on my projected possibility of a wife, because that life is not here right now. And as much energy as I put in, seems like the more I realize that I'm living in sin and I'm getting all of this stuff that's saying I have to bend and be in humility, and that's all good then and again, but not for every single day. There's other things that are me, and I have to grow them in many different ways. And many different relationships that I have to also put time in that too. I'm not just one person, and it's not just a one-on-one with me and you. There's other things that I have to do that make my life fruitful, and that's my duty, and I'm used to creating an abundance. So I can't be on some oneness with just one situation if it's looking like it's some dumb shit. You know what? Because I'm not about dumb shit, honestly. I'm really about, creating routines and structure and even policy. So I gotta be a bigger person probably, and say goodbye to the person that I was in the past. And that's a grieving, it's a grieving moment. And that's what this song is about. That's what I just wanted to come through and show this. It's grieving, it's believing in yourself, seeing what you could achieve and get into reality, and start bleeding your heart and your soul into trying to till the soil so the seeds that you know that you can grow start to grow. Act like you know. So if that didn't make any sense to you, let me try to break it down really quickly. This whole freestyle is about sadness. It's about grieving the parts of you that have been putting too much time and energy and caretaking into something that's not going to change right now. And then setting a boundary, realizing you gave what you can give, and also working on the other areas of your life and balancing those other areas so you can have a greater perspective for when you go back to that area. It's not abandoning it, but it's taking time to see it from an objective view and realize sometimes we put our heart and our empathy into things and into people way too much, that they start to take advantage, and they start to it starts to be like a stalemate. It's like telling your child, like, come on, do this, come on, do this, come on, you got, and it's just like, you know what, they got it, they got the lesson, I'm gonna go and take care of my responsibility. And when you turn around, they're doing exactly what you were asking them to do, because you stopped breathing on them and giving them so much attention for the change that you wanted to see in them and in yourself. So stop with the drama. Let the drama go. People feed off of that shit. Like, feed off of that bloody shit. Whatever. People feed off of that drama, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. Grieve that. Whatever, however you gotta feel about it. Feel about it. Be angry. Cry. Feel helpless. Feel powerless. Feel sorry. But feel that and let that feeling immerse. Let it be what it has to be. Don't blame, don't shame other people. To handle your work, feeling how you need to feel, and then move on. Goodbye.